Hello family, welcome to another episode of Truth is Given. So excited to have you guys with me. And as you can see by the title, today we're talking about the time that I gave birth to my baby girl. But before I get into it, if you're new to my channel, thank you for joining me. Remember to subscribe, remember to press that like button. So now, without wasting any more time, let's get into it. So yes, with my first baby, I was overdue. It sucked. At this point, I was big, all right, and I was annoyed. Okay, I was heavy, I was sweaty, I did not want to take a bath, I did not feel like dressing. Everything was a drag. And mothers will know what I'm talking about. So yes, I am about 41 weeks at this point, right? I'm at my mom's place because if you're Sutu girl, you know, when you with your first child, you have to go back to mama. My mama's, teach you how to, breastfeed, hold your child, all of that stuff. It's a Sutu culture. So I was at my mom the time that I went into labor. And the funny thing is that the next day, I was scheduled for inducement, right? I was supposed to be induced. So I'm sitting on the couch, right? And I start feeling these contractions, but most mommies know that these contractions come and go and you get used to it, after a while. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, I feel it, but now it's making me uncomfortable, and I'm like starting to like put pillows on the side of my belly to just get me comfortable, you know what I mean? And I'm ignoring these pains. After a while, I tell my brother, okay, I'm feeling kind of, and he's like, okay, no, it's probably nothing. Let's just chill. So my mom is also like, okay, let's just wait a little bit. It's okay. So I decide, I'm just gonna go to bed. So I'm in bed and I'm feeling these pains, y'all. These pains are coming like, and I'm at a point where I'm like, doing a fetal position on my bed, and I'm just, this is bad. So I decided, okay, I need to pee. So I went to go pee, and when I went to go pee, I see my mucus plug, and I'm like, it's time. But FYI, mucus plug can also come out weeks before you go into labor. But because I was overdue, I knew that this was a sign. So my water didn't break or anything like that. It wasn't as dramatic as in the movies or anything like that. But it gets dramatic. Just wait, follow through. So fine, my mucus plug comes out, and I tell my mom, Mama, mucus plug is out. This is happening, right? So from there, my mom's like, okay, let's take a bath quickly, and then get dressed, fix yourself up, and we'll be on our way. So that's what I do. I take a really lekker bath, I chill, I relax. Pains are still there, but in the like really nice warm bath, you don't feel it as much. So cool. I tell my husband, dude, I'm giving birth, and he's like, yo, wait for me, don't go, I want to be the one that takes you to the hospital. And duh. So he takes me to the hospital. My mom is following us at the back, and we sign in and all of that stuff, and they take me to a separate room where they put this irritating belt around my belly to hear the child's heartbeat. And from there they can check, oh yeah, baby girl, you're in labor, your baby is coming, your baby wants to come sharp. So they take me to another room. This is a public hospital, so they take me to another room where there's other women in there, either giving birth or still in labor. So I'm with these other women, we're chatting, we're talking while we're like in pain, right? And at this point, I wish I knew that I needed to walk, because I was just like, I want to sleep, I want to just get this baby out of me. All right, so at this point the pains aren't that bad, right? So but because now the hospital is filling up, the nurses are like, okay, let's check these people that have been here for the longest time, see what we can do to push this labor, right? So they come to me and they see my pains are like, and I'm only at like 3%, you know what I mean? 3%, 3 centimeters. And from there, they decided they're going to manually break my water, right? And I was scared. All right, I was so scared because I'm like, what does that mean? And I'm the type, okay, I'm the type to ask questions. So I was asking left and right. Okay, I want to know what you're putting inside my BJJ. I want to know every step of it. So they let me know, okay, they're going to just put a stick in there and just poke that water to break out. So that's what happens. They poke it, and as they poke the water, they realize that my sweet little baby pooed inside me. She took a crap inside my belly, the nerve. So she took a crap inside my stomach, and apparently that is not good news. And the nurses out there, they were like, yo, hey, babes, is bad. Is bad. I'm like, how do you say that to a woman who's about to give birth? Who says that? But anyway, so that's what they say. And then comes the other doctor. They call the other doctor, right? And the doctor comes and he's like, no, it happens, you know, we just have to make sure we push this labor so she's not in there for a long time. So they take me to a separate room when my pains are intensifying. And in this room, they decide to ask me to push. So I am trying, guys. I am pushing like my life depended on it. Do you understand? And then so I'm pushing, and then they say, nope, we need to intensify your pains. So they put a drip, like it wasn't enough. They put a drip inside my veins that makes my pains worse, far worse. Okay, so that's what they do. They put the drip, and I'm pushing and I'm pushing and I'm pushing. Then comes the scariest part of this day for me. They tell me that her heartbeat is dropping. I was scared. So scared. I cannot, you know, all of a sudden it just stopped being about the pain and about my child. I was so terrified, all right? So they say we need to take you to an emergency room. So they tell me to stand up, put me on a wheelchair, and they wheel me to a separate room. And there they decide that they're going to cut me down there and that they're going to use the suction process. But while they're suctioning, I have to push. Okay. Now, mind you, there are about 6 students in the room with me because apparently I was the first real emergency in the delivery like floor, right? And they wanted these students to see this and to see how to do it when there's a situation like mine. So there were like 6, 7 students in the room with me, encouraging me. So one is holding my other leg, the other one is holding this leg. There's one standing right next to me here, this one standing right next to me here. There's 2 there. I remember seeing their faces, right? And they cut. I feel the suction going in, or just by the way they numbed it down there, so it wasn't like it wasn't painful. Honestly, it wasn't. So they numbed me, they cut me, and then they put in that suctioning thing, and they said, "Girl, you gotta push." So that's what I did. I pushed, and they sucking, and as soon as I heard my baby cry, it was one of the most beautiful things in the world because like it's so precious. It is so precious. And while I was crying, I was just asking them, give it to me, give it to me, you know, give it to me. So that's how I gave birth to my very first child. And if I were to ever give advice to anyone about my first experience giving birth, right? Exercise. If you are pregnant, go exercise. Climb those stairs, girl. Do the work, girl. You're going to give birth in like 7 hours the most if you exercise. All right, do your walks, climb the stairs, you know what I mean? Do your stretches, okay? If you can get that round ball where you can sit on and bounce on it, okay? Because apparently that helps the baby move down. It really helps. I took those instructions, I took those advices for granted, and I struggled to push my baby out, and I put her life at risk because I was so unfit and I hadn't trained my bones down here to be able to stretch for her. And I really regret not doing any of that stuff for her. And I'm grateful to the Lord. I'm grateful to my Father in heaven that He sustained my daughter, that I was able to hold her and see her, and that she's lived this far. So yes, that is my story of how I gave birth to my very first child. Please do me a favor. Follow the instructions that your doctor gives you, okay? They're not there for jokes, they're there for you and for your child and for the safety of both of you, okay? I want you guys to be healthy. I want more healthy babies to be born, and I need you to be healthy too, mommy. All right, take care of yourself. Now, before you go, remember to subscribe. Remember to press that like button. Remember to press that notification bell so the next time I post, you're one of the first people to watch. Listen, guys, I appreciate you. I love you. You guys mean everything to me. Take care of yourselves. Take care of the ones that you love. Take care of those that you also don't love now. All right. Peace to the world.